What's up, people? How you all doing today? So today we're gonna read Justice League of America number 29. This was published in August of 1964. It's the first appearance of the Crime Syndicate, who are like the evil versions of the Justice League. And it's also the second crossover between the Justice Society and the Justice League. Justice League of America, a superstar spectacular, featuring the legendary Justice Society of America, Crisis on Earth 3. Justice League of America. On Earth 1, the Justice League of America has never been defeated in its ceaseless war against crime and injustice. They consist of the Flash, Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, Green Lantern. On Earth 2, the Justice Society of America has tasted only victory as it battles against the forces of evil. Some of its members are Hawkman, Black Canary, Dr. Fate, Dr. Midnight, Starman. Now meet the superpowered beings of Earth 3, triumphant in every one of their missions. Superwoman, Owlman, Ultraman, Johnny Quick, and Power Ring. When the super beings of Earth 3 brazenly attack the Justice League, to be followed up by an attack on the Justice Society, it marks the beginning of a spectacular, interdimensional struggle that shakes the very structure of three worlds. Crisis on Earth 3. On a side street in Central City, a scarlet figure hurtles at multi-Mach speed as, "I've got to reach those crooks before their fingers pull the triggers, or that rookie cop's a goner." Blindingly fast hands blur and shift position. There, without guns, you'll have to surrender and be arrested for your crime. On a side street in Keystone City, on another Earth than ours, editor's note, see Justice League of America number 21, Crisis on Earth 1. Uh-oh, hold up ahead. Time to shift into high gear, if I'm to do that bank messenger any good. Breathtakingly swift arms shoot forth, fasten on coats and collars, and the nearest police station is 3 blocks away. I'll have them there before they can blink their eyes. And yet, another Earth. Earth 3 in the list of possible worlds. A third scarlet form streaks down the street. Got it. The world-famous sculpture that's valued at 1,000,000 credits. I stole it right out from under the art gallery's guards' noses. Sure as my name's Johnny Quick. Next moment on Earth 3, a metallic net drops over the speeding Johnny Quick. Oops! It's been so long since the police have even made an effort to stop me that I've grown rusty. I've got to use all my super swift powers to vibrate free from this trap. Zzz. Not too far away, and still on Earth 3, a couple of other super beings are also having a bit of trouble. as they rob. Unless I can cut my way past that super bulldozer with the help of the power ring from which I take my name, Power Ring is done for.
I wouldn't be in this predicament if I got the chance to use my superpowers more often against tough competition, as the superwoman I am.
Amazing super muscles strain as Superwoman goes into high gear, and as Power Ring hurls all his tremendous will into the beam from his ring.
This bat I made from some cannonballs I fused together with my super strength will get me out of here. But if I had more opportunities to exercise my superpowers, this silly thing wouldn't have happened to me.
It's a good thing super beings weren't working this bulldozer, or they'd have captured me. But wait, you say, these are not superheroes, but supervillains. Ah, you're beginning to understand that on Earth 3, some things are drastically different from the way they are on Earth 1 and Earth 2. On Earth 1 and Earth 2, things are quite similar. Some superheroes have the same names, although they may not look alike. Flash Barry Allen of Earth 1, Flash Jay Garrick, Earth 2, Green Lantern Hal Jordan, Earth 1, Green Lantern Alan Scott, Earth 2, Adam Ray Palmer, Earth 1, Adam Al Pratt, Earth 2. But Earth 3, wow, history repeats itself in a reverse way. For instance, Columbus did not discover America. Columbus was an American who discovered Europe. Not only that, but colonial England won her freedom from the United States in the Revolutionary War of 1776, and it was actor Abe Lincoln who shot President John Wilkes Booth. Small wonder, then, that there are no superheroes on Earth 1, for Earth 3 is a world where every being, or super being, is a criminal, who have banded themselves together to form the crime syndicate of America. These are the 5 fearsome felons: Johnny Quick, Superwoman, Owlman, Power Ring, and Ultraman. Like to step into their secret sanctuary? Only Owlman is there now, but here come Johnny Quick, Superwoman, and Power Ring.
Whew, that net almost had me. If one of those cannonballs had hit me right, it would have stunned me long enough to be captured.
We need more work, more of a challenge to our superpowers. We're all out of super condition. That's the trouble. You're right. We've reached a crisis. Here we steal everything we want. Our superpowers make it so easy. We've lost our fighting edge. Tell us something new. The 4 super criminals swing around as their fellow member, Ultraman, joins them. I'll tell you something so new. It'll curl your hair. I have discovered a way to get us out of the doldrums.
Sounds good, Ultraman. Tell us about it.
As you know, Kryptonite acts on my super body like an electric charge. Every time I bathe in its rays, I gain a new power. Well, just this morning, as I was robbing the local museum of natural history, I found the biggest chunk of kryptonite I've ever seen. It was a newly landed meteorite, so I decided to swipe it. Already, I can feel the kryptonite working on me. My eyes are tingling. Something different is happening to them. As I crashed out of the museum, I saw a strange world open up before my eyes. The kryptonite had given me ultravision. Amazing! I see super beings on that world, about to battle a master criminal. Fascinated by something so unusual, I spent several hours studying that other Earth and those superheroes. And, can you imagine? They were actually using their powers to stop crimes instead of committing them. At Ultraman's suggestion, Power Ring opens the dimensional barriers between Earth 3 and Earth 1 so that the others can see what he has seen. After studying Earth 1 for some time, "This is a sensational discovery. We've all been getting rusty lately from lack of suitable competition. This is the answer to our problem. Right, we'll go to Earth 1 and set up some crimes to trigger those superheroes into action against us. When those do-gooders called the Justice League of America have their next meeting, we'll give them a real test. I'm sure that with our superpowers, we will triumph. But on the slight chance we don't win, I have a suggestion." Every member of the Crime Syndicate of America turns toward Owlman, whose crimes are so brilliantly planned that they always succeed. "Your super brain is what makes you a super being, Owlman. You've been giving some deep thought to the problem, I can see." "Yes, tell us what you have in mind." While Owlman on Earth 3 explains his scheme to turn possible defeat into sure victory, the Justice League of America is holding its regular scheduled meeting in the secret sanctuary. Aquaman, Green Arrow, Atom, and John Johns are busy on urgent cases, so they won't be here. They won't miss much. It's Quietsville around the clubhouse. Little does Snapper Carr realize the awesome challenge that even now is preparing to hurl itself upon the Justice League. Crisis on Earth 3, Chapter 2. Like a super bombshell, the crime syndicate of Earth 3 bursts upon the scene of Earth 1. Speed, strength, brain power, willpower, each plays a part in the daring thefts that plague America. Never before has any country faced such a wave of super criminals, such an outpouring of superpowers used to despoil people of their treasured possessions. Like a tocsin, the alarm rings across the air. Airwaves into the secret sanctuary of the Justice League. "America has been invaded by a band of super crooks. Wherever you are, members of the Justice League,
Every police force in the land asks for your help. They only have to ask once. Let's go. Power ring? Looks like something I might have called myself. I'll take him on. That Johnny Quick sounds as if he's just my speed. Ultraman. I intend to find out just how ultra he really is.
Superwoman is the gal for me.
It may take a Batman to catch an Owlman.
Man, this super job has them all beat.
Racing cross country, the Flash arrives in Central City just as Ultraman is ripping off a bank vault door.
Huh? The radio report said Johnny Quick was robbing here. We super crooks don't stay put. We like to move around.
As he darts forward, the Scarlet Speedster raises titanic waves of wind that catch the Earth-3 criminal by surprise.
Whew! I sure am out of condition. Flash caught me off balance. But my ultra breath will drive that hurricane back into the Flash.
Helpless on that colossal force, the fastest man on Earth-1 is rammed against a solid wall with breathtaking power. Only his para-swift vibrations enable the super speedster to pass unharmed through that granite wall. If Ultraman's anything like the Superman he resembles, I know a way to stop him short. It is the work of a split second for the Flash to detour to a local museum, snatch up a chunk of green kryptonite, and return with it to the bank.
Now, how on Earth-1 do you expect to stop me with that meteor fragment?
Good. Ultraman doesn't even suspect that green kryptonite can weaken him. He hurls the alien mineral with the speed of a bullet, so that it shatters on his opponent's chest.
The only effect kryptonite has on me is to give me a new ultra power.
Ultraman's eyes blaze. Instantly, with his newfound power, his stare cuts two beams of heat in the air, and, while the aura of your body protects you from heat due to friction, it doesn't protect you from fire. As those flames leap toward him, the Scarlet Speedster vibrates so swiftly and so effectively that he drills a path into the bank floor.
Where'd he go?
He reappears almost instantly, vibrating both hands like trip hammers.
The air pressure shaking me up. Can't hardly think straight. Flash will win unless I do what Owlman advised in such an emergency.
The moment the fastest man on Earth-1 grasps him, Ultraman cries out,
Volthoom! Good gosh, what's happening to us?
In Gotham City, Batman fully expects to find Owlman. But
Johnny Quick!
Owlman left this territory for another one, Batman, so I'm taking over.
Hurtling into action, the Duke of Detectives hurls a sleep gas pellet from his utility belt.
You or Owlman, makes no difference. I'll take on either one of you.
Shh! Not that way, you won't.
Johnny Quick windmills his arms so speedily that,
see how you like
get a taste of your own medicine. I've got to charge through the gas. Grab him before he can disappear.
Holding his breath, Batman plunges through that dark miasma of gases, hands reaching outward.
I'll stake everything on a cunning judo hold.
Grabbing his enemy in a clever hold, Batman is about to hurl him through the air, when Johnny Quick moves so swiftly that almost in the same instant their positions are reversed. So, it is Batman who goes flying. He crashes hard on the art gallery floor.
How good it feels to get back in action again, against worthwhile competition.
Then, as the fastest man on Earth 3 drops toward his victim comes to life.
My one hope to cope with your super speed was to outwit you by playing possum.
The final trick I've reserved for myself.
Just before Johnny Quick slumps into unconsciousness, his lips whisper a single word.
Volthoom.
Many miles away, Power Ring is lifting a bank as...
This is one way to empty a bank in a hurry.
I expected to find Ultraman here, but he'll do nicely for what I have in mind. Only the mighty muscles of the Man of Steel could rip an entire bank from the verdant hands that hold it.
This is the way to live, fighting someone powerful enough to prove a match for me.
Replacing the bank, Superman rises upward toward a green battle mace that the criminal from Earth 3 beams at him. Since only kryptonite and magic can defeat me, I'll make short work of that imitation Green Lantern. To his amazement, the Man of Steel is tumbled backward by the impact of that verdant weapon.
Ow! That mace hurts. Can his ring be made of kryptonite? Or gifted with magic?
From golden bars spilled from the bank, Superman fashions a mighty shield. Yellow is Green Lantern's weakness. Maybe it's Power Rings, too. Superman will get nowhere using that golden shield against me. As Superman leaps up, a green flare shoots down.
The shield melting. One more chance. Wood is the nemesis of Green Lantern of Earth 2.
His super mighty hands rip up a giant sequoia by the roots.
You do the silliest things.
Suddenly, an emerald buzzsaw bursts from the mystic ring, shedding the tree to splinters and...
Now for the finishing touch! These shavings, sticking fast to me.
As he falls to the ground with Power Ring moving in for the finishing stroke, the Man of Steel inhales.
The air being pulled from around me, enclosing me in a vacuum, blacking out.
Superman catches his half-conscious victim in time to hear,
Volthoom. Something strange happening.
Halfway across the continent, Wonder Woman races toward Superwoman, who is stealing the statuary from a millionaire's estate.
It was clever of wealthy old Jason Moreland to coat these solid gold statues with plaster, but I saw through his ruse. And, company.
With super speed backed up by super strength, the female felon of Earth 3 hurls a barrage of heavy statuary at her Earth 1 counterpart.
These things would stop an entire police force back where I come from. Let's see what they do to you.
The Amazon princess thrusts the missiles aside as she makes a flying tackle.
I'm glad Wonder Woman didn't let me down. A little competition is the spice of life.
The next instant, the Amazon's target drops flat on her back, lifting her super legs.
Up you go, dearie.
As the lady larcenist from Earth 3 straightens her limbs,
Merciful Minerva! Her legs are like a super catapult.
high into the air goes the princess, or Paradise Island princess, who slows her upward progress by angling her flight down toward the jet stream that circles the globe.
Thank Hera. The jet stream slowed me down. Otherwise, I might have been hurled out into space.
She swoops low, riding the wind currents, which she knows so well.
Here comes my foe, readying her next move. Competition she wants. So competition she's going to get.
Using the jet stream currents to her advantage, Wonder Woman succeeds in grasping her rival's arm and ankle, and,
without the air currents to hold her, she'll be helpless.
Head over heels, the Earth 3 villainess rotates at incredible speed as she flies sideways away from Wonder Woman.
Oh, I'm getting dizzy.
With every last desperate muscle straining to the utmost, Superwoman frees her golden lasso, and
I'll cast my lariat and reshape it to my willed command.
As the rope from Earth 3 turns into a flying serpent, Wonder Woman hurls her own magical lasso.
Merciful Minerva, guide my arm!
Around and around the writhing air demon wraps the golden cord.
That ought to hold it, while I order my lariat to stretch a little more. And
within seconds, Superwoman finds herself struggling in the ever-tightening coils.
I'm a prisoner!
Then, as Wonder Woman leaps in to clutch her vanquished foe,
I'm glad Owlman thought of this final safety measure. Thum!
Meanwhile, far to the east, Owlman has made his careful plans to rob a Gotham City jewel salon.
The special gas to knock out clerks and customers, and the choicest gems in this store are mine.
Not so, Owlman. I expected to do battle with Power Ring, but you'll do nicely as a satisfactory substitute.
Fashioned by the Emerald Crusader's ring, great green sponges absorb the gases, as,
now that I've protected the people, I'll make an escape-proof cage to hold Owlman until he can be turned over to the police.
Within an instant, next moment, by moving sideways, Owlman slips from the cell.
Huh? Why did I ever make those bars far enough apart to enable him to go through them?
The Earth 3 criminal with the super brain whips out a device from his utility belt.
Nobody can survive the radiating light from my Illumina gun. Once its beams hit his eyes, it'll knock him out.
But even as the spinning light gun shoots out its strange rays,
this time I'll put the bars so close together, not even a skeleton could get out.
To the amazement of the Green Gladiator,
"You made the bars real close, Green Lantern, but you forgot to form a roof over them. So I'll simply climb out."
How clumsy can I get? There's only one answer. Somehow Owlman with his super brain has been mentally telling me what to form with my power ring. So by setting up a force field around my brain, I'm free to use the old reliable punch that has gotten me out of more than one tight spot in the past.
as he collapses, Owlman has one last fleeting thought.
Even as my conscious mind blanks out under that blow, my subconscious mind will take over and put me into Earth 3 by making me say, "Volthoom!"
Crisis on Earth 3, Chapter 3. As each supercriminal utters the word Volthoom, he and the victorious Justice League member who holds him are transferred bodily into Earth 3. The Crime Syndicate of America is prepared for that abrupt transition, but the Justice League members are caught by surprise and dazed by the violent interdimensional shift.
"It was my prearranged plan to bring you Justice League members here to Earth 3, in case you were triumphing over us."
I placed a vibratory power in each of the Crime Syndicate members' bodies, which would automatically hurl us and you into Earth 3 the instant we said the word Volthoom. Volthoom was the name of the Pungi who gave me this mystic power ring.
An editor's note, a Pungi is a Buddhist monk. I probably pronounced that wrong. But because it is magical in nature, it was able to defeat you, Superman.
You Justice League members have never been beaten on Earth 1. We Crime Syndicate members have never been beaten on Earth 3. We brought you here to do battle on our own home grounds.
Once again, the super beings of two worlds hurl themselves upon one another, calling on the extraordinary powers that have made them supreme on their own Earths. But whether Superman, Flash, Wonder Woman, Batman, and Green Lantern are still dazed from traveling to Earth 3, or because Johnny Quick, Power Ring, Superwoman, Owlman, and Ultraman are fighting on their home grounds, where somehow the advantage is in their favor. The battle is soon over. The Justice League cannot summon up its full powers, and the Crime Syndicate, sharpened by great competition, is at its fighting peak. Overwhelmed, the Justice League members listen to the ultimatum of the Crime Syndicate of America.
All we've proved is that you are better than we are on Earth 1, while we are better than you on Earth 3.
We have therefore decided to fight you on a neutral battleground, where neither one of us has any advantage.
Ultraman uses his Ultravision to peer between the dimensional barriers.
I have found the ideal battleground.
Or background, sorry, I keep messing it up. Earth 2. Then Power Ring sends the Justice League of America members back to the secret sanctuary.
Under the magical spell of my power ring, you will remain here, helpless, your hands fastened to the council table, while my fellow Crime Syndicate members and I go into Earth 2 and quickly eliminate the Justice Society there.
We won't take any chances of the Justice Society superheroes helping their Justice League friends.
It'll be a super fast fight, with us overcoming them as easily as we did the Justice League.
Then I'll bring the Justice League members into Earth 2 for the final showdown battle between us.
But first, we Crime Syndicate members must make certain special preparations I have in mind.
Unknown to the Crime Syndicate, however, the Justice Society of Earth 2 has discovered that their world was being surveyed.
Some strange otherworld creature is gazing upon us.
My cosmic rod reveals those eyes are looking in on us from an adjacent world.
Can they be from Earth 1?
In response to the urging of his fellow members, Dr. Fate uses his mystic powers to open the trans-dimensional barriers and peer into Earth 1.
Observe.
Our friends seem to be in some sort of trance.
Can you bring them out of that spell, Dr. Fate?
Calling upon the ancient wisdom of which he is past master, Dr. Fate hurls sorcerous bolts of power into Earth 1. I can suspend the awesome spell that holds them prisoners, but just long enough to free them momentarily and speak with them. As an eerie bolt splits the council table, the resultant force penetrates into the minds of the Justice League, temporarily freeing them from Power Ring's trance. Eagerly, Flash pours out the tragic story of what occurred, while Wonder Woman warns the Justice Society of the similar peril they are about to face.
So do not touch them until after you have defeated them,
or they'll drag you into Earth 3 by saying the word Volthoom.
We can't come into Earth 2 to help you because as soon as you take away your magic spell, we'll go back into the trance in which Power Ring put us.
The faces of the Justice Society tense as they understand the terrible struggle they are about to face. Don't worry, friends of the Justice League. When the Crime Syndicate attacks, us on Earth 2, we'll be ready for them. And thanks to your warning, we won't permit them to vibrate us out of Earth 2, where we have never been defeated, into Earth 3, where the Crime Syndicate rules supreme. Don't miss the concluding chapter of this superpowered or multi-superpowered adventure in the next September issue of the Justice League of America. See, I'm going to read the next issue in this video as well. I'm going to read the next issue. Now here we're going to read part 2. So this is Justice League of America number 30. And this was published September 1964. So a month after the last issue, number 29. Now the reason I was giving accents to the Crime Syndicate members is because there was a movie released in 2010. It was an animated movie called Justice League Crisis on Two Earths. And in that movie, Ultraman had like a gangster accent and Johnny Quick had like an Australian type accent. So I decided to just add that to make it more variety into it. Justice League of America, featuring 15 superstars in the most stupendous battle royale of all time, the most dangerous Earth of all, Justice League of America. The Justice League of America consists of Flash, Wonder Woman, Superman, Green Lantern, Batman. The Justice Society of America consists of Dr. Fate, Black Canary, Hawkman, Dr. Midnight, and Starman. The Crime Syndicate of America consists of Johnny Quick, Superwoman, Ultraman, Power Ring, and Owlman. Just as the superheroes of the Justice League of America exist on Earth 1, and as the Superheroic Justice Society of America lives on Earth 2, there is a supervillainous crime syndicate on Earth 3. These supervillains, who dominate their Earth because they are the only super beings on it, find their fighting edge dulled from lack of effective competition. When Ultraman develops a new power by exposure to green kryptonite, he discovers Earth 1 and the Justice League. Entering Earth 1, the Crime Syndicate does battle with the Justice League and is on the verge of defeat when, thanks to the trickiness of Owlman, the villains save themselves by vibrating with their foes into Earth 3, where they gain a victory on their home grounds. Seeking a neutral battleground for a showdown battle with the Justice League, the Crime Syndicate finds Earth 2. To ensure complete neutrality, they decide to oust the Justice Society from their own world, detecting Ultraman's vision peering into their Earth. The Justice Society, through the magic of Dr. Fate, contacts the Justice League and discovers what has occurred so far. Continue now the follow-up adventure to the story outlined above, the most dangerous Earth of all. Freed long enough by the potent magic of Dr. Fate from the spell of the master criminal Power Ring, the Justice League of America relates what has happened to them. In editor's note, see the last issue, Justice League of America, number 29, Crisis on Earth 3. And the awesome threat posed to Earth 2 by the Crime Syndicate of America. The Crime Syndicate intends attacking you in Earth 2. After they dispose of you, they plan to bring us there and use it as a battleground to decide which of us is the superior fighting force. Frozen with interest, the Justice Society of Earth 2 listens. We'd like nothing better than to join you in your fight against the Crime Syndicate. But when Dr. Fate's magic wears off, we will be helpless once again.
At least we are able to warn you, fellow crime fighters.
The voices of the Justice League members throb with sincerity as they call out their fateful warning. The supervillains of the Crime Syndicate tricked us when, at Owlman's suggestion, he had a power ring put a special vibratory force in the bodies of the Crime Syndicate members, so that upon our contact with them, and their calling out Volthoom, they were able to vibrate themselves and us into Earth 3 and defeat us. As the crystal ball clears and the Justice League returns to its inactive state, when will the Crime Syndicate attack us?
Where?
How? Remember, do not make contact with them, or they'll Volthoom us into Earth 3, where they'll have the advantage of their home grounds. Suddenly, as Hawkman stares at the world globe, "On guard, fellow members! The Crime Syndicate invasion has begun!" Across the vast expanse of their secret sanctuary, the other Justice Society members face similar challenges.
At all costs, no contact with them. Now!
Above all, don't give them the chance to say, Volthoom! Upward into the air toward the high ceiling leaps Hawkman, just as Johnny Quick lunges at him. Johnny Quick's super speed, plus the suction created by my rapidly beating wings, will lift him into the air. Swept off his feet, the fastest man on Earth 3 is drawn toward the ceiling, like a stone shot from a sling. Unable to escape the updraft, he'll hit a ceiling beam and be knocked cold.
Quick thinking. Looks like the Justice Society is going to give us as good a battle as the Justice League.
Then, to the Winged Wonder's surprise, his foe begins vibrating so swiftly that he's vibrating harmlessly through the wall. High into the air, outside the secret sanctuary, zooms the man from Earth 3, with Hawkman in pursuit.
This is as high as I go. When I reverse direction, I'll break my descent by building up air pressure under me, with super swift movements on my feet.
Feet drumming with incredible speed against the very air, building up resistance to his fall, Johnny Quick begins his downfall. I'll counter that move by sweeping that air pressure away with my wings. The mighty pinions erupt into action, sending the speedster tumbling heels over head.
I'll match him trick for trick.
Rotating himself swiftly, Johnny Quick forms himself into a living propeller blade. I dare not let him come in contact with me to save Ulthume and vibrate me into his own world. Dropping lightly to the ground, the arch-criminal begins windmilling his arms, setting up a downdraft to catch Hawkman in its grip. Oh, can't fly out of this vortex, bringing me downward. Faster and faster, he drops directly toward his laughing foe.
Oh, this is great sport, Hawkman. I'm really sharpening my fighting edge for that upcoming battle with the Justice League.
I have one slim chance for victory. As the Winged Wonder careens downward, Johnny Quick leaps backward. He's doing just as I anticipated. He's instinctively backing away to avoid being hit by me. With a supreme effort, Hawkman wings his way toward his antagonist, and I hit him so hard and unexpectedly that he never had a chance to say Volthoom. It says pow! As the unconscious criminal from Earth 3 lies crumbled at Hawkman's feet, I've won! You think you won, Hawkman. Actually, you've lost. Meanwhile, as Dr. Fate sees his foe erupt from the crystal ball, a burst of magical lightnings runs from his fingertips. If that hand touches me and he cries Volthoom, the battle will be over before it starts. With calm confidence, Dr. Fate dissipates the clutching hand. Score one for you, Dr. Fate, but the game's just begun. Out into the open reaches of the sky, beyond the sanctuary, go the Masters of Magic, Ring and Lightning. Zzz, bzz, 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 bzz. One touch from the stingers of my power-winged mosquitoes, and you're done for. As the thunder of their buzzing fills the air, the mystical mage surrounds himself
with a mosquito netting. Bzz, 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 bzz. Clever, clever. That's the only way he could have saved himself. Then, as the verdant insects blindly fly at their prey, the magical powers in the net are destroying them. Then, below the Earth-3 criminal, he switched to the attack by forming a great metal wheel that's swinging me around with it as it rotates faster and faster. I'll get rid of that weapon in a hurry. A beam from the power ring dissolves the circle. Huh? On the underside of the wheel, the signs of the zodiac coming to life. Animated by Dr. Fate's magic, the astral figures rise and attack the stunned criminal. Battering me into unconsciousness, ensuring my triumph. On the contrary, Dr. Fate, it has resulted in your defeat. Meanwhile, as Owlman leaps at him, Dr. Midnight hurls a special blackout bomb on the floor of the secret hideout.
Although I'm blind, these infrared goggles enable me to see both in light and in utter darkness.
Swiftly, a pall of ebony darkness rises about the duo.
In this blackness, I can see Owlman clearly. He forgets that an owl can see in the dark, too.
The master criminal from Earth-3 drives a solid fist against the jaw of his Earth-2 foe. But, my fist went right through him, as if he were a phantom.
On the chance that Owlman might be able to see in the dark, too, I threw a distortion blackout bomb that made him see me off to one side, instead of where I really am. Now, I'll blast a hole in the ground into which he'll fall as he stumbles around looking for me.
But as a yawning hole gapes from the criminal from Earth-3, Owlman comes to an abrupt stop. Why should I go searching for him, when with my superior brain, I can force Dr. Midnight to come to me? As that mental force grips him, the Earth-2 superhero moves forward, stepping into his own trap. I hear his footsteps as he approaches. I don't have to see him to hit him. As Owlman drives a savage blow at his opponent, he overbalances himself, and as his opponent hurtles past him into the deep pit, Dr. Midnight grips an edge with his powerful fingers.
I caught the rim just in time.
Going to crash land in the bottom, where not even my great brain can save me. By toe holds and hand grips, he descends to where his foe lies crumpled. I beat him. No, Dr. Midnight. Owlman beat you. As she materializes from the TV screen, to which Power Ring blended her atoms in this invasion of Earth-2, Superwoman unleashes her lasso. I'll make this short and sweet. Not as long as I avoid contact with her and that word, Volthoom. As the golden loop flies toward her, Black Canary calls upon her marvelous athletic skill to avoid it. While I leap forward, I'll slip a frigga pellet from my canary amulet, since I don't dare come in contact with her. When Superwoman's mouth falls open in surprise at her opponent's fantastic somersault, while she is able to say Volthoom
I'll aim my cold pill down her throat to freeze her vocal cords.
Black Canary is right on target. A moment later, a super chill paralyzes Superwoman's throat.
Now that she can't speak, I'm free to come in battle contact with her.
And the girl gladiator catches the amazing Amazon of Earth 3 in a judo grip.
See if you work your way out of this, honey.
But the superior strength of the female felon proves too much for Black Canary to overcome, as
she's mighty strong, all right, but strength alone isn't the decisive factor in a fight.
Again, the girl gladiator grips her antagonist in a cunning hold, and
the basic principle of jujitsu is that you use your opponent's strength against him, or in this case, her.
In rapid succession, a touch on a pressure point, a quick twist and wrench of the body, and Superwoman drops with Black Canary, pinning her helpless.
Now all I have to do is grasp her magic lariat, encircle her with it, and she's my prisoner. I'll tap her 3 times, just as a wrestling referee would, to signal I'm the winner of our bout.
Tough break, Black Canary. By winning, you lose. No sooner does Ultraman emerge from the wall map near Starman than I'll use my cosmic rod to hurl Ultraman far out into space. Instantly, the mightiest man of Earth 3 is plunged into the void between the worlds, as his Earth 2 foe follows. Good going, Starman. You've done the Justice Society proud by your fast work. So far. I'll make them even prouder of me by diverting that swarm of meteorites at him. But Ultraman catches those hurtling chunks of meteoric rock, and with his titanic super strength, fuses them into one mighty globe. It was a lucky day for me when I found those other Earths. I haven't felt so alive in ages. With the rapidity of thought, the supercriminal hurls his missile at his opponent. Because his cosmic rod can tap all the forces of the cosmos, Starman alters the nature of that massive meteoroid and sends it flying back at Ultraman. I've turned it into a nuclear bomb. I know the explosive won't hurt Ultraman, but it may weaken him enough to give me a chance to overcome him. The explosive globe hits and erupts in a blinding flare of titanic energy. I'll protect myself from the effects of the explosion with my cosmic rod. It begins to look that the only way I'll beat Starman is by taking that rod away from him. At the same time, the Earth 2 crime fighter draws a solar prominence away from the sun, and that rod is his only weapon. Without it, he's helpless. Swiftly inhaling some air from the planet Earth, but first, I'll do away with that solar flare. He exhales it at the solar extension with his super breath by blowing it out. Twin beams of radiant heat stab from his super eyes as he calls on his heat vision to disarm his foe. Ugh, my weapon's become too hot to hold. Right. You've got to let it go. Darting forward, the Earth 3 Man of Steel grasps the rod. With the cosmic powers of this rod
To go with my own super body, I am absolutely invincible.
And yet, no sooner does Ultraman hold that power scepter in his hand than,
Great galaxies! This rod is composed of antimatter.
yes, Ultraman, it's a duplicate rod I created with my true cosmic rod. This is one trap not even you can escape from. Antimatter is matter made up of particles with electric charges in them, which are opposed to the electrical charges in normal matter. When such antimatter touches normal matter, like your body, the result is an explosion that makes a nuclear bomb look like a bursting toy balloon. With all his mighty strength, Ultraman clings to that awesomely dangerous rod.
It's taking all my greatest efforts to prevent this from blowing up. I dare not relax an instant.
It's no use, Ultraman. Sooner or later, it will blow up, and the explosion will knock you out. As if in answer to Starman's words, a fiery incandescence fills this corner of space as, protected by my cosmic rod, I can see the explosion and know that I've defeated him.
Nothing can harm my invulnerable body, but the force of the detonation is robbing me of my senses.
Seeing is not believing, Starman. Ultraman has won, and you have lost. At the very moment of their triumphs, a strange sensation overcomes each of the Justice Society members.
I'm fading away from Earth too.
Strange alien forces are traveling through my body.
I'm being shifted through some sort of dimensional barrier. And in the next instant, they find themselves on Earth 3, dazed and helpless.
This time I planned matters so that, even if the Justice Society members didn't come in contact with us and give us a chance to save Ulthum, they'd automatically defeat themselves by saying that they had won.
With my power ring, I put a force in each one of our bodies that would trigger their transference into Earth 3.
All right, let's put the Justice Society members in the special prison we prepared for them.
After which, we'll shift the Justice League to Earth 2, where we'll be waiting to fight them in one final knockdown, drag-out battle.
The Most Dangerous Earth of All, Chapter 2. As the magical being from the Sorcerer's Circlet on the hand of Power Ring cleaves through the misty borderlands between Earth 2 and Earth 1, the Justice League stirs to life. Roused from their trance, they are drawn bodily through the vibrational barriers separating the two universes.
Great Hera! The crime syndicate must have defeated the Justice Society.
Yes, and now it's our turn to appear on Earth 2 and do battle with them.
As their feet settle down on firm ground, high above their heads, a green flare erupts. That's a signal, starting our war game.
Here they come! Battle stations, everyone!
From north, from south, from east, from west, from directly overhead, come the superpowered criminals of Earth 3. Up to meet them go Superman and Green Lantern, while Wonder Woman, Flash, Batman hurl themselves along the ground, ready for this cataclysmic clash of superpowered characters.
I'll start things off. with a hot reception for the Flash. Oh, no, you won't. All that heat belongs in a radiator. Let me be the first to register a victory by knocking out Batman. My Batarang will save Wonder Woman from that quick threat.
I'll create a suction that will draw Wonder Woman into this bed of super quicksand, from which there is no escape. Teamwork always pays off for us. I hope it does now. I'll stop Green Lantern from interfering with Ultraman. I'll try to get control of Superman's mind with my super brain.
I can't let anything hurt Batman. By my great speed, I can create an updraft that will swerve Superwoman's lasso away from my buddy Green Lantern. As swiftly as their fellow members are attacked, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, Flash, Superman, and Batman ignore their own safety to spring to the aid of their fellow Justice Leaguers. As the tide of battle forces them apart, the combatants find themselves squared off, one against the other. Our powers are too evenly matched for one to win over the other, except by a trick. Ahead of me, with my telescopic vision, I see a green kryptonite meteoroid. With a desperate burst of speed on the part of Ultraman, he races past Superman, who is deliberately slowing down, and drops toward the massive chunk of kryptonite. I know what you're up to, Superman. I have telescopic vision, too. I saw this kryptonite just as you did. What Ultraman doesn't know is that kryptonite weakens me, though it gives him added powers. Then, as the Earth-3 Man of Steel sets foot on that awesome piece of matter, he finds himself absolutely paralyzed with superpowers. I have so many superpowers. All of a sudden, I can't handle any of them. Each power is fighting the others in an effort to get at Superman, and as a result, I can't move a single muscle. I defeated him by giving him too much superpower, just as overloading an electric circuit will cause it to break down. And many miles away, Power Ring confronts Green Lantern. A needle beam bursts from one power ring to the other, which begins to glow with increased intensity. Do you think you can remove my magical ring by such crude methods? Think again, Green Lantern. As Power Ring hurls his will into his sorcerous circlet, he forms a gigantic hammer. With this mallet, I'll smash you flat. Huh? It's so big! Bigger than I meant to make it! Ugh. Good. My plan to give him more superpower than his will can control is working. To the stunned wonder of the arch-criminal, his weapon falls to the polar ice. So massive is it that Power Ring exhausts himself as he struggles futilely to raise it. Can't watch the mighty hammer. I deliberately added power from my own ring into his, knowing he couldn't possibly cope with that much ring energy. The Earth-3 criminal falls easy victim to a rock-like fist. I kept barely enough power in my ring to fly at him and deliver this knockout blow. Now I'll take back the powers I lent him. Elsewhere, Superwoman prepares to fling a huge boulder down on Wonder Woman. We have such equal powers that I've got to outmaneuver her. Oh-ho! So you're trying to catch hold of my lariat
and yank it from my hand, are you?
The Earth-3 Amazon diverts her golden rope to send it twisting about, that of her opponent.
Well, two can play at that game, and it seems I play it better than you do. She did just as I expected. I deliberately allowed her to take my lasso from me.
Possessed of two lariats, Superwoman hurls the great ropes at her Earth-1 counterpart.
With these around you, you'll be unable to make a move against me.
To her surprise, as the magic lasso sails up and outward,
Oh, it takes more of my super strength to control both these ropes than I thought. And before she can recover from her surprise, I'll rely on my super swiftness to put her out of commission.
with every ounce of her mighty strength, Wonder Woman slams home her fist. Across half a world, the two fastest men on two Earths tackle each other with speeds that come close to that of light itself. The only way I can use my speed to defeat him is to make him even faster than he is.
Flash, whipping up a dust storm at me.
After shunting the sandstorm away from him, Johnny Quick races toward the Scarlet Speedster, only to find that Flash is drawing him along with a terrific wind suction.
When I hit you, it will be the impact of a fantastically fast cannonball.
You just keep on thinking that, fellow. Suddenly, the Earth-3 villain finds he is moving so swiftly that he runs right through the Flash.
I can't stop. I've worked up so much speed that it's running away with me. My muscles are going so swiftly that they don't respond to the commands of my brain.
It's only a matter of seconds before Johnny Quick, his body unable to govern its own speed responses, collapses.
Ugh.
I hope my fellow members are doing as well as I. While, on the other side of the continent,
I'm making Batman miss me every time he aims a blow at my jaw. My super brain can easily control his. Missed again. You make a target I can't miss. I got to take this punishment, trusting in my great physical stamina to withstand his blows, until...
Surprisingly, the Gotham City detective turns his back on his foe.
Until I can take advantage of his mental domination of my brain to turn his greatest weapon against him. Like this. I'll give him another mental command to turn around. The left side of my brain, at which Owlman was beaming his thought controls, governs my right side movements. But by turning my back on him, I'll receive his orders with the right side of my brain, which controls my left side. Then, Batman whirls, and as Owlman steps within range to deliver a blow, by commanding me to turn around, it leaves me my left hand free to catch him off guard.
As the defeated Crime Syndicate members regain consciousness, the Justice League gathers to discuss what is to be done with them.
We certainly can't return them to Earth-3. They might find a way to overcome us again, on their home ground.
Judging by their expressions, they're disappointed we're not going to do just that. The Most Dangerous Earth of All, Chapter 3. As the talk continues, the features of the supercriminals become distorted by stark fear. Why don't we leave them imprisoned here on Earth too?
Uh-huh. Their frightened expressions indicate they don't relish that suggestion either.
Once more, that same frightened look crosses the faces of the Wicked Five when, how about putting them on Earth 1? We outclass them on our world.
No, they're just as afraid of that idea. But why? What can they possibly have to fear on Earth 1 or Earth 2?
It is only when Green Lantern offers his solution that broad smiles stretch the lips of the Earth 3 super beings. Let's simply isolate them in the vibrational barrier lands between Earths 2 and 3. They sure go for that idea, so that's it. But first, let's find out why they like it.
I'll handle that assignment. I'll command Power Ring's magic gem to tell us what happened after the crime syndicate defeated the Justice Society.
As the Emerald Gladiator flashes his mental command,
when they imprisoned the Justice Society members on Earth 3, Owlman suggested that they take one last precaution. They so constructed their prison so that if the Justice Society is ever freed from it, a special device would automatically blow up Earths 1 and 2.
No wonder they were so scared. If we'd imprisoned them on Earth 1 or 2, their plot would have backfired on them, destroying them too. Which just about makes Earth 3 the most dangerous Earth of all. Moments later, Green Lantern vibrates the crime syndicate into the misty borderland between worlds. The Justice League members enter Earth 3 to free their fellow superheroes from Earth 2.
Free us! Free us! What are you waiting for?
We don't dare set you free.
Not until I channel the destructive force that would have blown up Earths 1 and 2 into space, where it will blow up 2 dead worlds. Everybody together, let her go!
As they burst from their prison, the Justice Society is all questions.
What happened? Where's the crime syndicate?
How'd you defeat them?
Where'd you learn our prison was booby-trapped?
Why did...
Wait! One at a time, please.
The story is quickly told, and...
You did wonders, and deserve congratulations. But don't you think we ought to make sure the crime syndicate can never escape?
Oh, we took care of that detail. Nobody dares set them free after the multi-language warnings we left posted around their dimensional barrier jail. It says, warning, anyone attempting to set free the crime syndicate will destroy both themselves and the prisoners. They will be all right if left alone, and so will you. Then the triumphant superheroes depart from Earth 3, traveling into Earth 2 by way of Dr. Fate's magical powers, and into Earth 1, on the strength of the Green Lantern's power ring. Until we meet again.
Who knows when that will be?
And the end. So hope you guys enjoyed the comic reading. Thank you all for watching. Sorry I was gone for so long. I'll try to make more videos again regularly. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later.